Hey there, YouTube. So I wanted to make a quick little comment or response or some kind of video in regards to kind of the first legitimate review of the Ghostbusters movie that came out. Not that I had too high hopes for the movie to begin with, having seen the trailer. Um, it didn't look like it was kind of going the direction one would hope for a Ghostbusters remake or movie. Not that there should be a remake or reboot of Ghostbusters to begin with. Um, is there some level of nostalgic tinted rose colored glasses with me? Yes, Ghostbusters was the first movie I ever saw in theaters as a kid. One of my favorite movies of all time. Easily, I think only Aliens comes above Ghostbusters. Um, so, having kind of followed the progression of this newer movie, at first I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. I was fine with the actresses in it. I liked them. And Melissa McCarthy. Not that I've seen much of her work, but and my wife's obsessed with Gilmore Girls, so I've seen her in 1,000 episodes 20 times over. Um, and I saw the trailer, and the first trailer, was did not instill much confidence in the movie in the least. But I was like, maybe it's just not a good trailer. Another trailer came out eventually, and it was a little bit better. Not much, didn't show much more that, little bit. So then today on Reddit, I saw Reckless Eating's review, and it confirmed every thing that I hoped wasn't going to be true. I wanted it to kind of be good and succeed. Not that I didn't agree with how people were treating the movie. That it was like this feminists had to get behind it to support it because it was all women, and if you didn't like it, and if you were a misogynist or something, and I'm like, no, I had no problem with women actresses and things where it was going. I'm like, the fact that Harold Ramis is not with us anymore, and the original act, it wasn't going to be Ghostbusters 3 that everybody hoped for. The video game is. Go play the video game if that's what you want, is Ghostbusters 3. So this is kind of the only hope we had, that something that would be would have a little bit of that spark of Ghostbusters from back in the day. You had actresses, many that were on Saturday Night Live, just like the original actors came from. So there was a pedigree there. The torch was handed over. So there was some hope. Again, I don't hate on people. I would want them to succeed, even though I didn't agree with some of the reviews and comments that were coming out from them, of oh, you didn't like the trailer, then you must hate women or something like that. It's like, no, the trailer really did suck. You guys saw the trailer. It was horrible. That power of Patty compels you crap. Seriously. So then we get this review of the movie, and it confirmed everything. I mean, it confirmed all the points I think most people didn't really want to be true. Heard about the ending. That's mind blown that was actually a thing. There was a comment on Reddit that the ending was almost like a joke somebody on Reddit would make up, poking fun at the movie, and it happens to be the actual ending, which I'm not going to ruin or spoil, but if you've seen the review or even seen GIFs online, that's ridiculous. And so then it destroyed the lore, supposedly, that the proton packs don't work like they did in the original movie. That's a reboot thing, maybe. I don't, again, should there even be a reboot of Ghostbusters at all? No, I don't think there should have been. The original was fine. The second one, despite its faults, was entertaining. So now, each talking point, everything people feared, the ending, the lack of continuity, the blatant making fun of how it's supposed to be. It just makes no sense that they would go that way. These were talented people. They have made good movies. Bridesmaid, again, I've not seen the whole thing, but I've heard good things about it. And Spy, the actresses in it are talented. Paul Feig, whatever his name is, seems to have some good movies out there. So how did these talented people, with a whole crew behind them and a crap load of money, end up with this supposed mess for a movie? I mean, I'm gonna see it. I'll hopefully review it. Not that my YouTube little channel doesn't fucking have much of anything on it, but hey, gotta do something. So I'm just disheartened and disappointed, really. You know, I some part, even though I didn't agree with like the drama behind it in the sense that, you know, I didn't like the fact that if anybody didn't like the trailer or wasn't supporting the movie, you know, you were a sexist or a misogynist or something like that. That no, of course not. I'm freaking the same woman for 20 years. You know, no, I don't hate women. Are you kidding me? Um, you know, and then with all that behind it, we kind of moved forward. I was like, let the movie be decent at least. Like, I don't want people to fail. I don't hate on people. I want them to succeed. Make it at least be decent so they make their money back or something like that. I can take off the rose tinted nostalgia glasses and accept that, like the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I couldn't stand it. I went to see the new Ninja Turtle, the first one, not the second. I didn't even see the second one. Fuck that shit. But the first new Ninja Turtles, the Michael Bay produced one that everybody has seen, I couldn't stand it. The original 1990 version will still be the movie for Ninja Turtles forever. You know, yes, a big man child, whatever. So when the new one came out, it didn't follow it. Same thing, you know, it kind of didn't follow the lore of the Ninja Turtles. It looks like what Ghostbusters seems to be doing. Didn't seem to take it as seriously. Didn't seem to kind of pay respect to what people really did care about. So now with the same thing happening with Ghostbusters, like, you know, Ninja Turtles did well and they made a sequel. And even though I couldn't stand it, I was happy that, you know, at least it introduced people to Ninja Turtles and they could go back and see the original movies and and you know people were successful at the actors and stuff like that, whatever. So I was like, fine, maybe the new Ghostbusters will be the same thing. Like, you know, I might not like it, it might not do it for me, but you know, it'll bring a new generation into Ghostbusters. They'll go back and watch the original movies if they never seen them and go, holy crap, these are great movies, and kind of, you know, we'll get Ecto Cooler like year round. Like, how awesome would that be? So that's what I was kind of hoping for, despite all the drama and the hate and the stupid comments from all the people all over the frickin' place. Like, bypass all that. I don't even care. You know, people are gonna say weird things and stupid things. Fine, but again, hearing that review, I was not only disheartened with not his opinion. His opinion on the movie is that's his opinion. It's legit, fine. But what he described of the movie just like crushed it for me too. And again, I'm still gonna see it and I'll give an opinion on that or something. But to kind of have that like just thrown, it's like getting thrown in your face. It's just like, really, that's where they went with all this. Like, they had this opportunity, this golden opportunity of like a beloved franchise, which again shouldn't have been remade, but they had this beloved franchise, and they just like, oh, here's beloved franchise Ghostbusters, here you go, and then just dropped it, just whatever. So, and again, talented people, why, what? So, anyway, that's my ramblings about hearing about the Ghostbusters review. Again, I'm kind of just disheartened. You know, again, even though I didn't agree with the drama surrounding it and what people were saying, I mean, I very much took a stance of like what James Rolfe did, the angry video game nerd, but I was going to see it. You know, I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to kind of support it because I mean, again, the trailer just looked like a bad movie. Again, not because it's all women, not because of all those things. No, just because it didn't look good. I didn't like the look of the ghosts. I didn't like the jokes. There was just nothing there for me. But I was going to see it anyway just to, you know, I'm not going to take other people's words for it. I wanted to see it for myself and just fine. So I'm still going to see it, reluctantly, but I'm going to see it. And it's just a shame. You know, maybe the good news that will come out of this is that for something so beloved as a franchise, and being yet another remake reboot of like which 99% of remakes and reboots and all this crap are horrid. This will tell Hollywood to cut it out. Stop doing this. We don't need a reboot of Point Break. The original is fine. Original Ghostbusters is fine. You know, we don't need this. So maybe this will be the wake up call so we can get original movies and, you know, better movies out there. So again, we vote with our wallets and we'll see where that goes. So anyway, again, I'm done with my ramblings, I think, for now, which I think I said before already, but whatever. So thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and I guess I'll maybe see you when I review Ghostbusters, and we'll see what happens. Thanks. Bye.